While the world awaits the new Tesla India factory, Elon Musk's Tesla has made another bold move in India. It has now been revealed that Musk's Tesla entered into a secret pact with India's Tata Electronics. Global EV leader Tesla will now be powered by semiconductors made by Indian conglomerate Tata Electronics. From being potential rivals for India's EV crown, Tesla and Tata have instead joined forces. So while Tesla and Tata Motors fight it out to be India's EV king, the Teslas themselves will be powered by Tata Electronics. Talk about a win-win deal. So what are the details of the secret Tata-Tesla deal? How does it propel India's Tata as a global force in the semiconductor chip industry? But first, why is Elon Musk betting Tesla's future on India's rise? Elon Musk is set to arrive in India to meet Prime Minister Modi. Not only is he expected to announce the launch of new Tesla India mega factory, during his visit, Musk is also expected to launch the Starlink internet service in India, pending, of course, the final approval from New Delhi. Elon Musk is placing all his bets on India's emergence as a global manufacturing powerhouse. Elon Musk is entering the Indian market all guns blazing. Now, all that's left is for Elon Musk to get Indian citizenship. Well, jokes apart, Musk is reportedly set to invest up to $3 billion in India. Now, this comes at a time when he's cutting Tesla's global workforce by over 10%, with ripples even being felt in China. On one hand, EV sales in the United States and China are tanking. On the other hand, Indian government is backing EV transformation, hoping to increase EV sales from the current 5% market share to 30% of all auto sales by 2030. The future of the EV industry lies in India, and Elon Musk is not going to pass up this golden opportunity. So how is this secret semiconductor deal a win-win for Tesla and Tata? Tata Electronics has now emerged as a global player in the super-hot semiconductor industry. India has ambitions of challenging China as a semiconductor superpower, and Tesla's deal with Tata is a huge step in that direction. Now, Tata not only provides Tesla with a local semiconductor supply chain and a supplier in India, but it also helps Tesla diversify its own supply chain so as not to be dependent on any one source country, for example, China. Every year, more than 85 million cars are manufactured all around the world. Among these, 5 million cars are manufactured in India alone. So many cars and exhausts contribute to the pollution levels reaching dangerous levels. Now, even though major causes remain stubble burning and construction, that being said, the Indian government is joining a global push away from fossil fuels and towards renewable sources. And electric vehicles are being tipped as the future of urban mobility. Now, while the initial investment of buying an EV can be a little higher than their petrol or diesel counterparts, in the longer run, these electric vehicles can save you a lot of money and also help save nature. However, penetrating the Indian market is not easy for global brands. The pricing of these high-end electric cars is often beyond the reach of common man or common Indians. That is why global brands often want to collaborate with some homegrown Indian brands and want to make cars for the common Indian people. Now, who else apart from India's very own Tata understand this? Tata is a giant in Indian auto and EV industry. Tata manufactures almost 5 million cars for the Indian clients. It also holds more than 70% market share in the Indian EV industry. This brand clearly knows what Indians want. Tata Motors has a goal of selling more than 100,000 EVs in 2024-25, up from 50,000 it sold in 2022-23. Now, to enter the Indian market, Tesla has signed a secret deal with Tata months ago, away from any limelight. Not with Tata Motors, mind you, but with Tata Electronics wing. The details of this deal between Tata Electronics and Tesla are yet to be disclosed. Now, according to Economic Times, which broke the story, this is a strategic deal for Elon Musk's company. Tesla would be sourcing semiconductor chips from Tata Electronics for their global manufacturing units. Top international companies are eyeing the Indian market these days. If they want to establish their semiconductor value chain in India, then Tata Electronics would be their top choice in this regard. Now, Tata is leading India's charge in the global semiconductor industry. Tata has also signed a pact with Taiwan's Power Chip Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, or TSMC, Together, they will be setting up a plant exclusively for semiconductor manufacturing in Gujarat's Dholera. By the end of 2026, the first set of semiconductors will roll out from this plant. According to estimates, both these companies are going to rule the Indian semiconductor market together. The center and the state government, that is the Gujarat government and the government of India together, have subsidized almost 70% of the manufacturing cost of this plant. Now, this would be the very first exclusive semiconductor manufacturing unit set up in India. This is the first time India is making a major mark in the global semiconductor manufacturing and supply chain. Despite Tata's initiation, the semiconductor chip industry is controlled by three countries, which is Taiwan, South Korea, and China. Stepping into the market and winning a Tesla contract is huge for the Indian company and for the Indian government as well and its ambitions. Now, this is a strategic win over the already existing semiconductor chip manufacturers in this part of the world. Being among the few manufacturers of semiconductors used to give China an upper hand in bagging Western contracts. But as the West and China are now locked in an undeclared trade war, countries and companies want another reliable source for semiconductor chips. This is where India comes into the picture. The Tata-Tesla deal is not a single strategic win over China for India, but it is the inception of a bigger picture in the making. Western countries are increasingly betting on India's expertise in manufacturing high-end products. So, many more such deals and collaborations could come India's way in the future. Also, this will help Indian companies to have more say in the global trade. The pandemic and breakdown of global supply chain already put a strain on high-tech manufacturing. It was followed in 2022 as the Russia-Ukraine war broke out. USA chose to supply ammunition to the Ukraine government, but the biggest constraint and challenge at the time was semiconductor chips. According to American government, almost 250 chips are required in every missile launching system. With many Javelin launching systems sent to Ukraine, the US faced a huge requirement for these semiconductor chips. Now, depending on China, Taiwan and South Korea for such essential chips did not seem the right option for America. So, the US started investing heavily in their homegrown companies to fill the shortage of semiconductor chips. Simultaneously, India also started planning to set up semiconductor chip manufacturing units. The Indian government poured a good $10 billion incentive to set up semiconductor plants in Gujarat and in Assam. The United States of America, South Korea and Japan are trying to increase their semiconductor chip production along with India as well. Also, the United States has come up with next-gen innovations that promise to break the hold of China in semiconductor chip making. The United States wants to reduce China's chip-making market to a great extent by blocking export of critical chip-making technology to China. On the other hand, India is concentrating on making legacy chips. Now, India is a fairly new entrant in the chip-making industry and it will take a lot of time for the country to compete on a global scale. But since legacy chips are also in great demand, that will also help India make a significant entry into this domain. Also, the manufacturing costs in the US are way higher than other countries. So, if India could showcase its expertise in making these legacy chips, maybe in the future, other tech titans like Tesla will start importing semiconductor chips from India. All in all, Tata's deal with Tesla is a huge boost for India's semiconductor ambitions. And you too can have your say. Can India make its mark in the global semiconductor industry? Leave a comment below and remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons.